Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and hello if you're new. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. I'm super excited because I'm going to share with you this really easy 15-minute drugstore look. Really easy. This has been my go-to lately and I wanted to share it with you. So if you want to know how I did this easy, soft fall look that you can do in 15 minutes with drugstore products, then definitely keep watching. Let's get into this tutorial. This is my favorite time of year. It's my favorite season, and I'm just so ready for all the fall makeup looks. I'm so excited. And fall nail polish I'm wearing, if you guys are wondering, I always get asked, this is Princess Penny from KL Polish. Now I know this brand I don't think no longer exists, which I'm really sad because I purchased the entire fall collection when this came out. Princess Penny, oh my god, this is so pretty, so perfect for fall. And you guys know I'm not a gold person, but this is gorgeous. It's so pretty. I'm so sorry if you can hear my husband on the phone. He works remotely and it is what it is. I have my microphone close to me, so hopefully you can't hear too much background noise. Alright, so let's get started with this look. It's super easy. You can do it in 15 minutes. Everything I'm using today is cruelty free and also from the drugstore. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually skip foundation. You could do a tinted moisturizer, whatever works for you, but I find that just using a really good hydrating creamy concealer, that way you can just, put a few dots on, spread it out with a sponge, and it just gives you that fresh face look. And I definitely recommend trying the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This concealer is phenomenal. If you guys missed my video talking all about the best and worst drugstore concealers, I'll link that here in the card and also down below. Check that video out. So I have the shade Ivory Rose, and I like this because it's creamy, it's long wearing, and I can just go in and conceal the areas that I'm, whatever you want to conceal. It's going to be different for everyone. So I'd like to put a little bit kind of all over, around the nose, kind of around the mouth, and a little bit on the cheeks because I do get redness throughout the day. I'm using the Paw Paw Charity Sponge. This is amazing. It's like $1 something. One that you could get from the drugstore that I would highly recommend is the Real Techniques sponge, the orange one. So I'm just going to take my sponge and pat this concealer, and it just blends out so beautifully. Alright, so now that I laid that down, we covered any discoloration. I personally like to focus on the under eye area to cover any darkness, make me look more awake and not like I slept for only 2 hours. And just even out the skin tone. That's what I like to really focus on. So now I'm just going to take the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. I believe they still sell this, but it's in a different container and it has a different name. And I actually did order this. I have an e.l.f. haul coming up really soon. And just really work it in, and I'm gonna set underneath the eyes, around the nose, just any place where you get creasing. Alright, so eyeshadow primer, completely forgot about that. I'm using a lot of e.l.f. today. I'm sorry, I genuinely really love their products. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer, and these come in many different colors, so you could definitely use this as a one and done eyeshadow and eyeshadow primer. And this one is in the shade Cream. So I just take a little bit out, warm it up in the back of my hand. I've mentioned this before, but I find that's the best way to apply this, and I just apply it with my fingers. Since I chopped my nails off real short, I don't have to use a brush. Alright, and then I'm going to go back to that e.l.f. powder and set it, which is a little bit of that e.l.f. powder. I always set my eyeshadow primer because I find it's just easier to blend eyeshadow over top. I definitely recommend using a translucent powder. Alright, so moving on to bronzer. Now I haven't found a cream bronzer from the drugstore that I really like, so we're going to be using powders today, and I love this. I just pulled this out of my drawer, and it's the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade 02. I definitely recommend this if you're more on the fair side, around my skin tone. This is a nice kind of leaning more on the cool side bronzer. It's a matte bronzer. It's absolutely gorgeous. This formula, you guys, is so pretty. I'm going to use the Airway Studio F20 brush. By the way, I will link all of the products and tools everything down below. I'm just gonna swirl my brush real quick tap. And what I love about this bronzer is it just melts into the skin. It's so quick. And because this formula is so silky and it's not super powdery, you know, when you dip your brush into the pan, you don't get tons of kick up. It's just a silky, I mean, this bronzer to me feels like high end. All right, so for blush, I wanted to pick something that had a nice glow to it and a really nice kind of warm, earthy, cozy color. I just love blush so much. And this is actually new to me. This is the Primer Infused Shimmer Blush. You guys know I rave about the matte Primer Infused blushes from e.l.f. I have quite a few shades that I just keep buying all of them. And this one is called Always Hazy. This is a really nice kind of warm neutral blush color, and there's just an ever so slight shimmer. I'm going to use the F14 angled brush. This one, I've been really liking this for blush lately because it's slightly smaller, and because I don't want my blush going like all over the place, I don't want to apply too much. It just fits perfectly right on the tops of your cheekbones. I'm just kind of obsessed with it now. These are very pigmented, so, you know, tread lightly. See that? Look at that pigmentation. Oh my god, but this is the perfect warm, cozy fall blush. I just absolutely love it. I'm just gonna sweep this along the cheeks. I even take it a little bit on the nose, chin, a tiny bit on the forehead, just to kind of really warm everything up. All right, so I am gonna throw in a little bit of highlighter. You could just leave it like this, totally fine, but I want to add just a little bit of this highlighter because I've been really loving it. I forget what this is called. I don't know if it's their Prism highlighters. No, that's probably wrong, but it's in the shade White Gold. It looks like this. This is the packaging. It has this really pretty print, or embossing, I should say. Now, if you guys remember, when I did an e.l.f. haul update mentioning this, I mentioned that I didn't like this highlighter because it wasn't super pigmented. I kept rubbing and rubbing trying to apply this, and you just have to really dig your brush in. So it's almost like a hard pressed powder, but you need a dense brush, and I definitely recommend this brush. Oh my goodness, this brush made me fall in love with this highlighter. So this is the Airway Studio F30 brush. This is actually a highlighter brush, but it's super dense, and I feel like it really picks up the product really well. So if you have these highlighters from e.l.f., use a really dense small brush like this, and just watch. I'm just going to apply it right here, and this brush has been a game changer for me. And I'm just going to lightly buff right here, tops of the cheekbones, and it's just such a beautiful highlighter. It's not too intense, and you can definitely layer this up, but I just love the sort of natural, healthy glow this gives my skin. And I've also been kind of dusting a little bit underneath the brow really quickly. I don't know, something about it just kind of lifts the brow a little bit. Oh, see, it just adds a little pop. I just love it. All right, so now that we have that base down, I am gonna lightly set my face. I'm gonna use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh setting spray. I do consider ColourPop a drugstore brand. You can find them at Ulta. I'm just gonna spray my face real quick. All right, let's talk about brows, because this is gonna be different for everyone and how much time you have in the morning to get ready. So I would say if you have, you know, a fair amount of hair there, they're not too sparse, I would go with a brow gel, a fiberized brow gel. This one from e.l.f. is so good from the drugstore. It's the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And this just fills in your brows, it's tinted, and there's also these little fibers, so it fluffs your brows and makes it look like you have more brow hairs than what you have. I don't know if I can get away with just using this today because I've been having issues with this brow. This is my bad brow, and usually I can't really get away with just using this, but we're gonna attempt to do that. And this is really great because it's just one step and you're done. Okay, I gotta go in with a little bit. This is my bad brow. The hair, I just get so many sparse areas, and for some reason this brow just doesn't want to grow in like this one, and I'm just forever cursed. So that's as good as it's gonna get for me. That's as quick as I can do my brows. I'd like to spend a little time in that area if I can. But definitely the e.l.f. Wow Brow is great for just a one step and you're done. It lasts all day. Really great product. So what I'm gonna do for eyeshadows, I'm actually gonna take that Milani bronzer on a fluffy brush. And I'm just going to go right into the crease. I really like doing this for quick, easy looks because when you take whatever you're wearing on your face and you put it on your eyes, it just really brings everything together. So I'm also going to use this little guy here. This is the little bite-sized eyeshadow quad from e.l.f. in Pumpkin Pie. I mean, come on, that name Pumpkin Pie is perfect for the fall season. And what I love about these little quads is that you've got 2 different matte shades and 2 different shimmers. You could do a really soft look, a more dramatic look, convenient and easy and pretty straightforward. You know, you take the matte shade, you put it in your crease, you take the shimmer, you put it on the lid. You know what I mean? It's just, you don't have to think about it. So I'm gonna take that same brush and take a little bit of this warm shade here, just a tiny bit, because it's pretty, like these are really, really pigmented. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that right over top of that bronzer. And I'm kind of pulling it on the outer corner, just a little. I'm going to take that same brown color on a smaller brush, and I'm just going to quickly sweep that underneath the eyes. So for the eyelid, I actually took a little bit of my highlighter, same brush that I used to apply it to the face, just that big chunky brush, and I just gently tap this on the lid, really quick, tap, tap, tap. And then over top of that, I took a little bit of this color here. This one, I'm just gonna use my finger because this is so pigmented. It's so, so pretty. And I'm just going to, again, just use my finger. Your finger is like the best tool ever, especially if you're in a hurry and you want to do a quick eye look. I mean, you just apply it and you're done. You can easily just take your finger, go back and forth and blend it. So since there's not a lighter shade for the inner corner, I'm just going to take, again, same highlighter. And of course, I don't have a proper highlighter brush, so I'm going to take a larger brush and just pop a little in the inner corner really quick. Again, this highlighter is so nice and soft. You don't have to spend a whole lot of time. You just pop, pop, pop. All right, and eyeshadow is done. I'm going to apply some mascara, and this is probably one of my favorite drugstore mascaras right now. It's from CoverGirl. It's the Exhibitionist mascara. Alright, so the eyes are done, the face is done, and the only thing left is a lip color. So I like to go with something like a tinted lip balm, something that gives a little wash of color and also a glossy finish. I've been really obsessed with like a glossy lip, especially if I just want something quick, easy, out the door. You know, you don't want anything complicated. You want to do a lip liner and a lipstick and a gloss. So I'm actually going to use the e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm in the shade Tough Cookie. And this is brand new from e.l.f. and I really like it. This is really thick. It's super glossy, creamy, hydrating, and all you need is a tiny, tiny bit, and I do mean a very small amount. And actually this has a lot of pigmentation, and you just take a little bit on your finger and you just put it on. Super quick and easy. So that's it, you guys. That completes this 15-minute fall makeup look. I've been really obsessed with these products lately, and I love how this look turned out. Just fresh, glowy skin, really simple, easy, quick, and I just love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I post on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every week. And of course, all the products I used will be linked below in the description box. Great drugstore products that really can create a quick, easy look if you're in a hurry, or if you just like this type of makeup style like I'm into right now. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys are having an awesome September so far. Let me know in the comment section down below what other fall looks you want to see. I was thinking about digging out all of my fall eyeshadow palettes and sharing with you my top faves. I don't know, is that something you guys would be interested in seeing? Let me know in the comments and we can talk about it. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.